Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rich Route Wealth, where we break down the smart, practical moves that build real wealth, one mindset shift at a time. Today, we're talking about one of the most powerful and most misunderstood forces in finance and life: compounding. Everyone loves the idea of exponential growth, but the truth is, it feels painfully slow until it suddenly doesn't. I'm going to show you why that happens, how the 7-5-3-1 rule explains it, and what to do while you're waiting for your compounding to kick in. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right but getting nowhere, this video will change how you see progress forever. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Compounding is the quiet powerhouse behind every long-term success story in wealth, skills, relationships, or habits. But here's the problem: it doesn't feel powerful at first. In fact, it often feels excruciatingly slow. The early stages of compounding are invisible, unrewarding, and even discouraging. That's why most people quit before they reach the breakthrough. But there's a framework that helps you stick with it long enough to feel the magic kick in. It's called the 7-5-3-1 rule. Once you understand it, compounding stops being mysterious. You see where you are on the curve, how to push through the slow phase, and what kind of payoff to expect when the acceleration finally begins. Let's break it down. 1. Why compounding feels so slow at first. To understand the psychology of compounding, start with a simple truth. Exponential growth doesn't look exponential in the beginning. Let's say you double a penny every day for 30 days. On day 10, you only have $5.12. On day 20, it's just over $5,000. But by day 30, you're sitting on over $5 million. Here's the catch: 2/3 of the total growth happens in the last 5 days. That means if you judge the process too early, you'll think it's not working. You'll stop right before the exponential curve kicks in. The same goes for learning, fitness, investing, or building an audience. The progress hides under the surface until it suddenly explodes. That hidden buildup is what makes compounding feel slow. 2. The illusion of no progress. Let's put it in real life. You start a new business. The first few months feel like shouting into the void. You post on social media for 100 days straight and barely gain traction. You invest $500 a month, and after a year, your balance seems unchanged. You go to the gym for 6 months, and your body looks mostly the same. This is the deceptive phase of compounding, the flatline period. But beneath that flat line, something crucial is happening. Momentum is forming. Connections are being built, algorithms are learning, your body is adapting, your brain is wiring new circuits. None of that is visible yet. It's the work that sets the foundation for the explosion later. So if compounding feels slow, it's because you're still in the invisible zone, the incubation stage. 3. The 7-5-3-1 rule, a map for compounding momentum. The 7-5-3-1 rule is a way to visualize the emotional and mathematical reality of compounding. It gives you a structure for tracking progress when the growth isn't linear. Here's what it means: 7 years of foundation, 5 years of traction, 3 years of acceleration, 1 year of dominance. Let's unpack each stage. 4. The 7-year foundation, the boring zone. This is where most people quit. The first 7 years of any compounding process are dominated by preparation, not recognition. You're laying down roots that no one sees. Think of it like bamboo. For 5 years, it grows underground, invisible. Then in a single season, it shoots up 80 feet. You don't see the work happening below the surface, but it's there, and it's essential. In the 7-year phase, you're learning systems, building consistency, and setting your habits in stone. Your returns, financial, emotional, or reputational, look tiny. But the network effects, the skill layers, and the trust compounds are forming. People who can survive these 7 years of boredom are the ones who eventually experience the explosion. Examples: Warren Buffett spent decades compounding before he became a billionaire. Most successful YouTubers posted for 5-7 years before going viral. Athletes train for a decade before their first major title. Mindset: focus on building roots, not showing fruits. 5. The 5-year traction phase, small wins, real momentum. After the foundation is set, things start to move. You begin to see feedback loops. People notice your work. Your network starts working for you instead of against you. Your savings begin to produce visible returns. Your skill now attracts opportunities instead of just requiring effort. This is the point where compounding starts showing itself. Growth still feels slow, but now you can measure it. The key is to not get distracted. This is when many people sabotage their trajectory. They see small wins and start chasing shortcuts instead of doubling down. Mindset: reinvest every gain. Don't coast. Use the traction to multiply, not to celebrate prematurely. Example: a creator starts earning steady income from their work. A business reaches break-even and sees repeat customers. An investor finally sees noticeable gains from consistent investing. You're no longer in the dark. You can see the light, just not the full sunrise. 6. The 3-year acceleration phase, the curve takes off. Now the compounding curve bends sharply upward. You're not starting from zero anymore. You're building on a base that grows by itself. Systems you built years ago now run without friction. Your network amplifies your reach. Opportunities start coming to you. This is where growth starts to feel fast. The returns are now exponential, not incremental. Mindset, protect the momentum. Avoid complacency. Your biggest enemy now is distraction. You'll be tempted by too many good opportunities. Choose focus over expansion. Example, a business sees revenue double or triple each year. A creator's audience compounds rapidly as algorithms favor established trust. A long-term investor starts earning more in 1 year than they did in the previous 5 combined. The 3-year acceleration phase is the reward for enduring the slow burn of the foundation and traction stages. 7. The 1-year dominance phase, the breakthrough. This is when the world suddenly discovers you. To outsiders, it looks like an overnight success. But insiders know it's the result of years of invisible effort compounding in the background. This phase is when your returns go parabolic. Your reputation, wealth, or influence skyrockets. You've reached the tipping point. What used to take months now takes days. What used to require outreach now comes inbound. Mindset, stay humble. Keep compounding. The 1-year dominance phase is not a finish line. It's a cycle reset. If you want sustainable success, reinvest your momentum into the next 7-year foundation. 9. Applying the 7-5-3-1 rule to different areas. Let's look at how this rule plays out in different fields. A. Wealth and investing. Compounding capital starts with discipline, not return rates. The first 7 years of saving and investing build the muscle. The next 5 teach you strategy. The next 3 grow wealth rapidly. The final one changes your life. B. Skill development. Becoming world-class takes roughly a decade. But that decade mirrors the 7-5-3-1 arc. Early years are practice and feedback. Then traction comes through mastery. Acceleration happens when your skill becomes recognized. Dominance arrives when you're in demand. C. Fitness and health. In fitness, compounding happens in strength, endurance, and recovery. Years of consistent effort transform your body's baseline. The last stretch is when others start asking how you did it. D. Content and audience growth. Algorithms reward consistency. Most creators give up in the 7-year foundation. Those who persist reach the 5-year traction phase where engagement loops form. Once compounding kicks in, every new piece of content lifts the entire archive. 8. How to stick through the slow phase. Knowing the rule isn't enough. You need tactics to stay in the game. 1. Focus on identity, not outcome. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, say, I am the kind of person who invests every month. Compounding loves consistency, and consistency comes from identity. 2. Measure actions, not results. You can't control when the exponential curve takes off. But you can control your deposits, the habits, hours, and effort you put in daily. 3. Create time horizons longer than your emotions. Decide in advance that you're playing a 7-year game. When frustration hits, you won't negotiate with yourself. 4. Reward consistency, not novelty. The world celebrates breakthroughs, but breakthroughs come from repetitions. Reward the reps. 5. Build community. Find people in your same stage of the curve. It's easier to stay consistent when you're not alone in the invisible years. 9. When the 7-5-3-1 rule kicks in, the switch flips somewhere between traction and acceleration. You feel it when your actions start echoing back with force. Suddenly, your small blog post from 2 years ago goes viral. A contact from years ago opens a door. A past investment multiplies. A skill you practiced pays off in a way you couldn't predict. This is the tipping point where compounding becomes visible, and it always looks like luck from the outside. But it's not luck. It's delayed visibility. The 7-5-3-1 rule helps you predict that delay and plan around it. All right, that's it for today's episode of Rich Root Wealth. Remember, compounding always feels slow in the beginning because the real growth is happening under the surface. Stick with your process long enough, and the 7-5-3-1 rule guarantees that one day it won't just add up, it'll take off. If this video gave you a new way to think about long-term growth, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who's in their slow phase right now. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we're here to guide you on your route to smarter wealth, stronger habits, and financial freedom that lasts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next Rich Route.